Hello, everybody. My name is Amanda Kirby. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let's get this to go viral, people. 12-year-old little girl in Texas murdered by two illegal immigrants. Then one of them migrants puts her body naked from the waist down in water to destroy the evidence.
We bring in Harris Faulkner, anchor of the Faulkner Focus and co-host of Outnumbered. Harris, great to have you with us this afternoon. You covered this hearing live earlier today, and it is an absolutely heartbreaking situation, which is part of a much larger picture, which you're covering very closely as well.
Yeah, I mean, look no further than this case, and you know what's at stake for both of those presidential candidates Thursday night. It is Trump's border policies versus Biden's border politics. And if you want to know just how deep the politics go to the fact that even his Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas couldn't speak of one victim per name. Now, we've had enough of these situations that we're at a tipping point, I would imagine. Like, Biden's going to have to do more than just blame the Republicans. I don't know what Thursday night will look like, but on this Monday, that court, oh my goodness, they saw that mom who was so brave before the microphones today, sitting just feet away from one of the monsters who took her little girl. I mean, that's an American mother up against someone who never should have been allowed in this country. They were illegal border crossers, both of them. Now, the law will look and see if they committed rape and murder and all those things to make this capital, which would lead to the eligibility for death penalty. But make no mistake about it, they were already criminals before they touched that child. And somebody between the two of them, I'm sure there are attorneys, somebody's telling them, work against each other now. You got to testify against each other. I want to know who made the decision to put her body naked from the waist down in water and destroy evidence, potentially.
And a 15-year-old girl named Amanda Lee, an ex-swimmer, accuses ex-USA Olympic coach of rape. A coach. Somebody's supposed to be helping her to get better, trying to get her into the Olympics. But he took advantage of her.
The perp in this story is former Olympic coach Joseph Bernal. A former swimmer has just filed a federal lawsuit against USA Swimming and pretty much everybody else who let Bernal do all the things that he did, basically naming, and I quote, the individuals and corporate entities who let a known child rapist work as a youth swim coach, who supported him with infrastructure, position, and prestige for decades, and who allowed him full access to a never-ending cycle of young girls to prey upon. Those are really strong words, really strong words. Amanda Lee was that young swimmer who trusted the grown-ups and trusted her coach. And tonight, as a grown-up herself, is speaking publicly for the first time about what happened. She says for 6 years, that Olympic swim coach sexually abused her while she was in his USA Swim Club. She says it started when she was just 15, but it continued all the way into her junior year of college, at which point she became pregnant. Coach Bernal paid for the abortion. The suit alleges that other coaching staff for USA Swimming knew what Bernal was doing to her and did nothing to protect her. Now, Joseph Bernal, you may know, died 2 years ago, 2022, without ever facing any criminal charges. But Amanda Lee is here tonight for this exclusive interview, along with former USA swimmer Kim Steins, who also previously sued Coach Bernal, accusing him of, quote, a 5-year campaign of systematic emotional and sexual abuse. They are joined by John Little. He's their attorney. He's here live with us tonight. Thank you to all three of you. And, you know, Amanda and Kim, first and foremost, thank you for being so brave and for speaking publicly, I think, about something that needs to have a light shining on it. Amanda, if I can begin with you, can you summarize for me how the abuse began and like what shape and form it took?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. It started when I was 15. He kissed me after practice, and it just kind of kept going from there. I felt like kind of brainwashed by him in a way, and I just wanted to do whatever he said because I wanted to be a good swimmer and I wanted to go to college and get a scholarship, and I would have done whatever he said. I was a pretty lonely like teenager, and I didn't have a lot of friends, and I felt like he was the only one paying a lot of attention to me, and I wasn't really getting along with my parents that much, so he was kind of like he kind of served as like a I don't know, like a parent and also a boyfriend. It was very dysfunctional, and I hate like talking about it.
I mean, I can imagine it's really uncomfortable, but as a 15-year-old, you don't know what uncomfortable is yet, right? Like at 15, you don't even know if what's happening is right or wrong. It's the grown-up. He's supposed to know better. Just go along with it. I'm frozen in time. It's happening in real time. So I can understand certainly how it can get going. Was there any point where, Amanda, you thought, this can't be right? Like, it just can't be right. Who do I turn to? And if that happened, what did you do?
I think part of me always kind of knew it was wrong, but I was just so, I don't know, I just felt so alone, and I felt like he was there for me. And at one point, there was a diary that I had written in, and I detailed what was going on. And my mom found it, and she brought it. Well, first she kind of attacked him about it, and then the assistant coach at the time, who is now the current owner of the swim team, he tried to de-escalate the situation, and he said that it must be a story, like it has to be a fantasy. And my mom also brought it to the attention of the other parents on the team that I carpooled with, and one of them is also like the one of the owners of the swim team currently, and they they also said it must be a fantasy, it has to be a fantasy, there's no way this is true. And at the same time, he was coaching me on what to say, and I told her, yeah, I'm sorry, it was a lie, I didn't, I had a crush on him, and I made this all up, it was just a story. And my mom wanted to believe that, so it never really came to light.
What the heck is this world coming to? Anyways, next on the list, a male who claims to be a woman strips in front of children. You heard me right. A grown man claiming to be a woman, dressed as a woman, starts taking off their clothes in front of children.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and we're starting off with a gross one, folks. I apologise in advance, but this is what's out there. And in this next clip, I'm not sure what I'm disgusted with more, the old fool stripping for a bunch of bewildered children, or the parents of those children who have brought them along to be traumatised by this depravity. No Note the pride flag flying in the background there. I don't personally know of any gay people who'd be proud of that. Some freak stripping, dancing sexually for little kids while he licks a walking stick. If you want a 30-second explainer on civilizational decline, well, you just saw it.
I don't know what's going on today. Y'all seen the videos. 12-year-old murdered by illegal immigrants. A 15-year-old being raped by her coach. And a grown man, a woman, stripping in front of children. We need Donald Trump back in office so he can put a stop to all this. He can finish up the border, deport all the illegal immigrants, and refuse to let anybody with any kind of criminal record in America. It's sad. It really is. He can also put a stop to grown men. Everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get this to go viral. God bless.